Video start, go, go again twice, second time. I started recording without my mic, and then I was like, "What? Oh, okay." I'm already fumbling. I just made a video like a few hours ago, at like so almost like 4 hours ago. I was waiting to get dinner and shower to make this, but like an hour and 20-minute video of 3D modeling Akira's weapon. So if you want that, like today or tomorrow, just let me know and I'll upload it. But for now, we're gonna play some more Operation Eventide. See you. Alright, let's get to it. I'm scared. My voice died. It died right here. And yeah, well, get back here. I'm so nervous. It feels so weird to rant while I'm reading this because it's very ready. So, but I love playing it, even if I don't say as much as I do all other things. But, let's get ready. I hope my voice doesn't not work that well. It was starting to get a little bad earlier, but I shut it up for a while. Oops, just spilled water. All right, get ready. Get some snacks if you want, and let's get cozy. Well, Celia sure was confident. So, what if she's confident? Well, she beat me. Amazing. She had to backstab me to get a chance. Big deal. So, why'd she look like she solved the secret of the universe? Past the main gate security, this place is eerily vacant. Pitifully so. Seriously, hire a decorator. Then again, I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy to walk in these halls. Alright, hiccuping. The only thing that welcomes me is the echo of my shoes against the floor tiles, but the sound offers me nothing but the reminder of how little I really belong here. My first time coming here, I was holding bridges sacred. It was freshly abandoned then, so for a while it was possible to believe it was a romanticization of time past. Nowadays, it's clearly Lavandula is just too lazy to clean up the stump up. It'd be some sacrality anyway. No shrine should ever feel like an office waiting room, and it wouldn't be such a drag to stand around and wait to be summoned by a goddess or whatever. I can't dream up a reason why she hasn't given up on this place yet, but it's likely in too shit of condition for anyone to buy it out. I catch myself picking at the corners of the bridge, or at the big yellow envelope. The progress report. The action chipped my nail, one of the only places that showed none of my symptoms. Since ruining my manicure is the only thing to do well, it always becomes increasingly difficult to ignore them. The devil, that is, sometimes menacingly like a kaiju, sometimes sulky like a sick dog. I never let them, but I'm always vulnerable. I could ignore them, but they'd still be here, hanging on my back. They're a part of me, but they're their own antigen and antibody. It's wrong, but they bypass my immune system, weighing on me, dragging my mental asunder. At this point, I'm too annoyed at them to even fear it anymore. Yeah, the devil. Pretty sweet name, right? Though everyone else is insistent on calling them the Aberration. Not a ghost or a disease, another living thing that looks back at me in the mirror. It's kind of sickening, but in a negligible way. Here, I could at least chalk it up to dust allergies, seeing how these floors never get swept anymore. God, did I mention how much how much of a wreck this place is? Literally embarrassing. It doesn't take long to give in to my boredom. I tear the seal off the envelope, carefully at first, then haphazardly dig my fingers into it. What's the big idea? I'm only peeping on confidential government intelligence. They've got to expect it, seeing how they tend to be encoded in the dankest jargon possible to keep the subjects or outsiders from picking up on anything that would disturb them, or God forbid offend them. I shuffle through the papers until I recognize the strings of numbers and frequencies summarizing my humanity, or at least the results of them testing it. But as I decrypt the docs, referencing my mind's glossary of secret codes I've picked up from the years, I'm only translating more and more of an overwhelming pile of nothing. I'm so fucking scared right now. I know I shouldn't be. I shove the papers back in and do a half-assed job of hiding my tampering. I'm ashamed for even expecting anything, but I couldn't fathom it being this bleak. Hardly any progress. Just bloated formalities, excuses, and requests. Typos, too. Not much effort on her end, either. Why should I even care? Miriam swore to heal me, but it was a deal we made. Even that stupid Valkyrie's in on it, sticking her own life in the process. I've never had any choice but to trust them, and she's still sending reports, so it must be the case. So, what the hell is she doing? I've come to the same conclusion. What do you say? If you've even given up, will you accompany me? Put an end to it altogether? No, I'm not like her. Who clings to the past, who lives in her own delusions. Okay. Thinking her shit doesn't stink. I'm not. And she's dead wrong to think she'll get her out. Or she'll get her out, yeah. A chance at a dream. Come in. I jolt to attention. Without even realizing, I had been scratching the wall, chipping enough paint off to create a cloud-shaped misery that reveled in the foundation. The hinges of the door are rusted, making it easier to open, but still tough to step through. Good morning. Did you enjoy your extended vacation? Without as much as a blink as a greeting, I approached your desk. I had to heal before my extraction. Oh, so you lost then. She tricked me. I would have beaten her had she. I don't need the play-by-play in the report. Lavandole extends her hand, and I take it as a gesture to toss the envelope on her desk. Fortunately, it's close enough to where she can grab it without shifting out of her comfort position. Just a second. Let me turn off this stupid night light filter on my screen. It's 9 o'clock. That's why I turned on. It's like, why is my screen being so yellow? She's so so yellow. Unfortunately, it's close enough to where she can grab it without shifting out of her comfy position. She either didn't notice the envelope's been resealed, or doesn't care. Operation Eventide, Quarter 3 report. Documented by Miriam, Augustine Lawrence. Extraction number 16. No conclusive reaction from extracted strain. Extraction 17. No conclusive reaction from extracted strain. Shipment of replacement and endocrine modules from Delta Station should have arrived within the next few business days upon request. She clicks her tongue. How is she in contact with the Delta Station? Besides, there was a shipment only 2 months ago. Why is she requesting such random things for her ABC? As she begins to nag endlessly at no one, claws at me. Not the devil. This time, that other stupid thing called hope. What? If you need to ask something, spit it out, Ari. I was wondering if I could be excused tonight. Subject DP and AN in stable condition. Overall, the threshold for their UPI was not wavered. Save for the night and the rendezvous with the N. After which, the common substrate responded to a high concentrations, 1M after R54 after the depletion of UPI. For what reason? I made plans with a friend, ma'am. Tell me the real reason. That was the real reason. She snorts. Sure it is. No. Subject EP underwent a standard evaluation 24 hours after extraction 16, May 10th. The concentration required to elicit a positive response had decreased in relation to past extractions, 75% of the substrate, lowest for type B45, highest for T23. EP's EPI stabilized after 3 weeks of the prescribed regime. I don't know if you heard that sneeze in the back. I'm sorry. Prescribed routine. I'll do overtime some other day. I promise. I don't need you to do that. Considering the results from extraction 12, there have been major distinctions in responsive enzymes between AN's prior extractions. Okay, where was I? Consequently, the medium stability between the E strain and the A strain within EP was not statistically different from 0. T equals 1.12 and equals 8. This has been narrowed down the possibility extracted substrate from B9 T74 to B31 through N55. I've completed all my assignments, ma'am. I'm not set for patrol for another week, and they're still processing my previous extraction right now. You have better things to do than play computer games. I wasn't lying. Crazy fucking old ass witch. I mean, ma'am. Uh-huh. That concludes the narrative segment of the report. Operations will continue at the same speed. Attached are receipts of the supply request, copies of the acute data from the the mechareceptor readings. Did a chimpanzee write this or something? You think someone who's been in this business for so long would be able to write some words that made sense put next to each other. Having said that, lukewarm equipped, she carelessly thumbs through half of the remaining 20 pages before sliding them beneath her desk. And no, you're not excused. I need you present for an evaluation by 1800. No exceptions. What's gotten into you today? She kicks something and the whir of the paper shredder finally prompts her to flick her eyes up to me, so I inevitably turn to my feet again. How disappointing. I'd understand a few hiccups here and there, but an entire quarter of chasing her own tail? Ridiculous. Considering the results from Q2, you'd think there'd be something of note. You do not understand that if Miriam doesn't hand in the proper intelligence by the end of the year, we'll be forced to recalibrate the ABCs again, don't you? Bitch, what do you want me to do about it? I do. I do understand that faced with the outcome I predicted, the outcome that in 1 million lives would still happen. But for some reason, I've been made completely static by grief. I take it that the extraction itself went well. I nod. If I made a gesture larger than that, the dam in my tear ducts would probably shatter. Well done. At least I can count on you too, if all else fails. She stands up, an action which sends a wave of dread through my body. It's unfortunate that Rangrid has refused to return. It would be nice to chat with her again. She was a lot like you when she was your age. And as if she had forgotten my face, as if 3 weeks abstaining to immaculate me were too much to bear. She stares, of course she is, with eyes empty of everything, but a few fish flakes of pity. Don't get me wrong, she isn't looking at me. The fragrant peculiarities of my anatomy have overridden whatever she's checking out. My migraines have manifested as oversized outcrops from either side of my face. The pointy tips of my ears blush as I am old. She admires my hips, and I instinctively tighten my stance, but she's not lusting over my curves with erotic intent. It's the mutated tailbone and its cartoonish bestial tail she's after. I haven't even earned my own muscularity. Every part of me she's romanticizing is connected to that monster. No, you've always been better behaved than she was. How precious you are. I know you would never fall into the same petty delinquency that she did. She runs her mouth. She begins to untie her ribbons in her hair. The image makes me sick. Keep your keep your trap shut. Endure it. You have to. And you two are still getting along. Yeah. Good for you, dear. I'm the one at fault for my disappointment, after all, because I made the mistake of believing that all of those transgressions equate to Lavendula having the capacity to wish happiness for an arbiter. So, won't you show me what you're made of? And it begins. Exchange. She caresses me with her cushy voice as I render her some little courtesies, to which she calls me dutiful, or swells with pride upon having no harsh word to utter against me. Why are you hesitating? You love feeling so strong, don't you? Yeah. Do it then. That's right. I'm the only one who emerged from the belly of that monster. I'm the one who has possessed this body, and who she sustains by feeding it as many grudges as I can to bear to withstand. Ones I will end up restyling into boundless strength. I'm nothing but an aberration. So, why should I care? Good girl. See? What are you so scared of? Look at you. You're so beautiful. Besides, I could cry and scream and beg, but enduring it is much easier. You love showing off for me, don't you? Don't worry, I know you did just fine in your battle. I'm still rooted into the floor. I don't know what she's going to do to me today, but I wish you would get it over with already. Come on, don't get sulky at me. Now, what's the matter? You love feeling my eyes on you, right? But neither of us should really be here. There is an equal lack of recognition of humanity on either side of this equation. She knows that. She revels in every minute of it. You're gonna be safe here. Nothing can hurt you. It's just that Adele said she needs me. Oh. No. Say you like it. I have to say I like it. I have to. Because if for 1 second I don't, I might be forced to think about recollecting my pride. A childish toy I threw away long ago. So, who the hell said that? It was the sobbing voice of a pitiful girl, but it couldn't possibly have been me. I couldn't have gone through with it. That's not how this works. I imagine that meek tone, the one who said that because Lavendola doesn't have a reply yet. She continues to stare at me. Adele. There's a tear running down my face, as if facing my feelings can turn back the clock. I'm so sorry. Forget I said anything. Is that the name of your friend? Yes, ma'am. This is Adele. She doesn't care. How did you two meet? Um, please just touch me and get it over with. She was staying at Miriam's house. They said they were old friends. And then I hear all of the despair in the room coalesce into one inhuman shrill. It's the first time I've ever heard Lavendel laugh. You're more useful than you think. Thank you, Akira. Take your day off. I think you deserve it after all. No. Oh my god. Uh, really? Of course, dear. Have fun with your friend, but do come back quickly afterwards. I'll be sure to have a nice long message prepared for Miriam. uh, what the hell? I'm not picking up on. What the hell am I not picking up on? Uh, look at her. She's so cute here, though. Oh my god. I'm happy, sure, but I suddenly come to know the bitterness of freedom. It doesn't mend the fresh wound that follows losing hope. I only just brace for the emptiness that follows. I regret having failed to keep my mouth shut. I'm gonna get some water real quick. I insist having some fun before you get to see Eventide again. Or have some fun before you get to see Eventide again. Oh, it's all gonna go so wrong. I won't, or I want it back for now. But it's a hole slowly filling with the knowledge of how it will be stricken away from me soon. Again soon. Or I hear Kazuki get a happy end after all. Just want to rest my head on my hand. Right, much like in classical Greek tragedy, the heroes fall from grace. It's the result of a flawed response. The traits that serve them well during their rise, and the first act becoming a liability in subsequent circumstances. Blah, blah, blah. The hero is presented with a series of choices with a large significance in the prior half, or will reflect something that happens later on. Multiple playthroughs may be required to elicit the complete experience. And also at the end of the first act, there should always be a music mode, replay mode, and bonus sexy artwork that gets unlocked with extra menu. Fuck yeah! Can I go there now? No, okay. This approach recognizes both of what is known as the inner journey and the outer journey in one simple integrated model. Wait, what sexy artworks? Yeah, this abstract sucks. There's something so goddamn clinical about all these writing gurus that really grinds my gears. Formulas, mind point reversal, unlockable sexy artworks. Where's the love, man? I know. Product-driven, break into 3, story coins. Are we what babes before glittery keys? This stuff won't appeal to anyone. It's anti-language. If you believe that, then maybe calling it Act 2 is a bad idea. Then where do we go from here? No clue. Ugh. I can't believe this stupid script writing assignment. I know. I thought learning about writing would make this easier on us. But it really just has made me hate more things. And I knew I needed to expand on my inspirations to other mediums to enrich my critical eye and the consumption of art. But this thespian I got paired up with isn't helping at all. Thespian, are you implying something about me? Help me. I'm only saying that it feels like we're just checking boxes to fill a quota at this point in our story outline. We've lost the plot. We gotta rework the whole bitch. The whole bitch thesis style. Right. I understand, but it is crucial that we qualify for the breeding farm. Paraphiliac infantilism and femdom hypnosis scenes, because with the addition of those tags, we can truly reach a wider audience, and it'll leave a little something for everyone. Stop. We're clearly not even on the same page on this project anymore. Maybe if I want to find out how to direct our story project, we need to create some kind of stark rift between us that will cause an enticing incident of our own. Well, come to think of it, there's actually something I wanted to get off my chest for a while now that you might kill me for. Really? Go for it. The truth is, I'm not just a cute girl, I'm also the hero of the story. Nice try. Everyone knows I'd be the hero. It's practically written all over my plucky, smirking face and my only flaw of being too nice. What? But you're like a level 5 jobber NPC, and I'm a level 99 multi-class sage and gladiator. You're a level 99 loser. So true. Anyone could see I have so much plot armor. It's making it hard to go through tutorials. But I've had the coolest and deepest hero's journey out of anyone I know. Just yesterday, I had a tummy ache for over 3 hours, and I didn't cry. My fist is gonna take a hero's journey up your ass if you don't shut up. I'm pretty much made of heroes. I bring a sort of swagger to the table that makes supporting characters very inclined to interact with me unprompted. No kidding, no one says swagger anymore. It's called irony. Well, no one's ever liked irony. Also, notice how I've started every talking point in this entire conversation, kind of swaying me or in my favor. On contraire, everyone knows the protagonist should just be a wet rag along for the ride. Wait, fine. I'll settle with being the manic pixie dream girl, as long as you own up to being the skirt flip girl. Whatever. But if you're not the hero, and I'm not the hero, who is? Pardon me, I just forgot my textbook here. Oh, hello, you two. Oh no, I need to get the hell out of the story right now. So silly. Fuck, we're back. Bring me back. I'm so scared. Bubbles going. This isn't a good sign. Lovely. The comb plinks a gentle song, sending tremors through the silver cage. Within is a steel bird that will always remain prisoner. Hiccup was echoed that time. I couldn't scream for help with my mouse that time. Its switching heart made of cylinders makes only repetitive, jumpy motions. If it spread its wings, they could not embrace the wind. It would only pursue. Damn it! It would only produce a whisper, sweet nothings. An incomprehensible song. The music box mutters in small bursts. Petite, please. It tells me of what pain is. Finally sing your pain, little bird. Whence is the love gathered from bitterness of life, from groaning, weeping, complaining? Does pain sweeten it? I never managed to remember the songbird's music, because the vibrations feel too good whenever I get caught inside the music box teeth. As I get all minced up, my body becomes so small as it melts into my brain, my broken chains popping around the spinning mainspring. The performance never stops. It rings out in my ears as I scatter around the machine and the little pieces. Orders won't end. The gunshots won't end. The music won't end. My blood won't stop spilling out of the cage. All I want is for my soul to thaw into putty, so we can be together again. I reach for the doorknob to unravel myself once more in this little dark chamber. Awaken even. I shoot to attention. Every particle of drowsiness flies off of me at once, then seeps back into me slowly, making my head spin. Screenshot. I'll actually just go back in the gallery for everything later. Can you believe that I'm not screenshotting right now? Gabriel. I posted a video yesterday. You check that out. It was so stupid doing it. I don't know. A crude reminder of how the nerve alterations in the synthetic skin have made it impossible to sweat. Despite that, I feel grimy like a thin layer of sap is covering my body. Fatigue-wise, I'm worse off than before I went to sleep. I climb out of bed and wriggle into my borrowed clothes, hoping to shake off the lethargy. Once again, the white door beneath the wall clock provokes me. The trial of another mechanical day. Hey, just now, did I just have some kind of really depraved dream? Operation Eventide Act 2, Magia Logica Labyrinth. We did it. We're in Act 2. I make so many saves. How many saves are allowed? Ah, we'll be good. Yeah, we'll be way good. We'll save 100 more times. As many times as I want. The whimsical melody of pouring rain is tarnished by the erratic spamming of the keyboard as I proceed downstairs. Even if I can guess the perpetrator of that interference, in this 100-odd square foot living room, I am helpless to locate her. She's in here somewhere. Seriously, has this room somehow collected more junk since last night? This morning already. Sorry, I just want to look at their room one more time. Okay. We are good. We're good, I think. Alright. You can blame me. Found her. What on earth am I looking at? Yeah, it is. As if it wasn't an observation we both should be able to make. I veer my line of sight away from the straight down down the middle of her. Good morning. She need chocolate? Good morning, Adele. Having fun down there? You look productive. Naturally, on the other hand, you're up quite early. Are you experiencing any issues with the what did I just say? Prosthesis? Nope. Anything else ailing you? All good. You're not due for your injection for a few more hours, so you're free to sleep in. I know. Your slack jaw curls upwards, as if slowly catching on to something. What, is now a bad time? Or did I sneak up on you before you could prepare a gag today? Perhaps, but I shouldn't be a poor sport about it. No? Please join me. Alright, I'm not done investigating this background. I saw you in the back over there. And whatever... What am I looking at? Looks like a... I don't know this one. If you know this one, let me know. It's got a little doctor thing. I don't know what that thing's called, but, you know. Chocolate. We got down here. I hope no one minds me going through this. I sometimes wonder if I'm like I know I want to look at all the backgrounds and stuff, but I'm not sure if people just want me to read. But at the same time, it's my videos. I should be able to do this. So I will do this. But what do we got over here? That's certain chocolate, are they? I can't tell if it's like a food box or I don't know. You know, there's like those cookies you get in that little metal tin. Okay, maybe it's not. It might be crackers or something. I don't know. And then we got Miriam over here looking. Getting sweaty in here. But before you walk around too much, I need to tell you about a new theory I had in the middle of the night about quantum mechanisms for the sake of utilizing my unspace for house storage. It all started when my instinctively tunes her running mouth out. It occurs to me when I'm not keen on joining her, and that's the only viable her recreational space left would be within her precious display. Sorry, I'm getting with my legs up on the chair. I fucking hate this little chair. I'm like in a little office swivel chair. I've probably said it before, but damn, it is uncomfortable. And every time I like slightly lean back, it feels like I'm gonna like fall backwards in it. I feel like we're at a good spot for me to just goof around and talk a little bit more before it hits me at the serious spot, and I'm just like, oh crap, I'm scared. But, is my mind... Wait, I cannot join her. Let's play on the floor. Yeah. Accept her invitation anyway. Navigating the junkyard. It's increasingly difficult to both watch my step and then carry the curiously stacked boxes simultaneously. Seriously, how is this even possible? Sure enough, my foot collides with something dangerous. So basically, in its current state, it has a property similar to landmines. Okay. It would be a catastrophe if you stepped on the detonator. Oh, or my, you've gotten awfully quiet. Adele, don't tell me. Oh no. If I move my foot here, I'm done for. Yes, it seems so. What do you plan to do after I pass away for real? Oh, I really don't know. I'd have to find a way back into the mainstream science community. Maybe go back to school. Sounds a lot more boring. Some would say, although I really can't imagine a life without you. I thought she was goofing. As if your cliched tomfoolery would ever best me. Also, real landmines blow up as soon as you step on them. Like, yeah, you get it, girl. Oh. She looks legitimately impressed. She dropped the chocolate. Wait, did you actually expect me to die there? Well, at a suboptimal distance for a conversation. The only space for me to exist now is the couch. Halfway across the room. I thought she was joking. Okay. Out with the automated voice activated lights, and in with the munition activated storage. As I always say, I'm not sure why it hasn't caught on yet. It's optimal for streamlining daily life. Right, because impracticality is clearly beneath you. Well, as we enter the colder months, resting on personal computers for warmth cuts electricity. Costs otherwise from space heater. Is she laying on a computer now? Not yet. It's not laying on it yet. I'm starting to admire how much effort she puts into intentionally pissing me off. Anyways, I'm delighted to report that I've made a lot of progress today, too. Last night... I always like read things, and then I'm like, there's a period at the end, so I'm like, last night? And last night. I'm hopefully not getting ahead of myself here, but I'm looking to finalize some dimensions today. I'm assuming that's good news. Of course, unless you have any preemptive questions about my proportions. No, ma'am. Are you just trying to stir up drama? Well, since we're here, I slept fine, but I woke up feeling restless. I guess I'm curious if you read anything concerning my dreams, like you did yesterday. I once again feel reluctant to open up to her after today's stunt. But avoiding to do so would only leave me with two options. I can't tell if I dread continuously calling her absurdity out, or this familiar conversation pattern more. I didn't actually. Well, there was nothing out of the ordinary. There are theories of electric signals influence the subconscious, but it's not nuisances, it's nuance. It's nuance. Nonsense are rather interpersonal. Do you have experience with vivid dreams? I do. Not especially. I was just curious. I'm new to having my brain hooked up to PDAs, or perhaps not. Come to think of it, I don't even remember what happened in that dream anymore. Forget it. It doesn't matter. Regardless, it'd be natural that if you feel somewhat fatigued today, I advise that you keep physical activity to a minimum, especially to make up for yesterday. Or I'd hope for as much, but that didn't pan out. Relax. What did I say like that? Relax. It's not like I did anything unreasonable, Celia. And I don't mean to condemn you, but it's best that you get a little exercise every once in a while. I'm only saying it's best that You don't risk. She seems a little wary of sounding belligerent. I know that word. I just blinked out when saying it. As every word, but yeah, that's straight on the engine. When she comes over today, I'll tell her to take it easy. Or not, that information doesn't reassure her in the slightest. What is it? Well, it's probably nothing, just after you went to bed last night, I know Celia had called me a few times, and I called her back. She didn't pick up. I've been calling her periodically through the night, but really? I've never gotten the chance to play phone tag with Celia, but she seems like the type not to miss calls. I mean, you two are close. What does she normally do around that time anyway? She... well... it's probably just going to bed at a reasonable hour. Perhaps the change in seasons has influenced her. Come to think of it, isn't it about time we changed the clocks back? Not even close. If you're worried, we could go over there and check on her. No need. It's still quite early. She'll likely be over before noon anyway. Why bring it up then? I can't deny Miriam's unease is slightly unnerving. Oh, I've gotten carried away. If it's morning, then my parcel must have arrived. Gotta say, I'm surprised you need even more stuff. Soon it'll be hard to breathe in here. If only you knew. I'll be in the other room for a moment. Damn hiccups. Miriam starts fiddling with the pile before she's suddenly tossing something my way from behind her back. Meanwhile, here's your homework assignment. I catch the book before it whumps me in the face. Reading me at point blank is an adult book nightmare. Fuck yeah, I don't know. Nightmare, yeah. Wait, hold on, these adults only are 18+. Do not repost and resell. It contains violent scenes. Wait a second. What in the vandalization? Tread carefully. Alright, are we getting like the same body types? That's not what I'm getting here. That's silly. Tread carefully, and if you're intent on becoming close to my peers, I expect you to do your due diligence. I said I was trying to do that. You'd be grateful that I trust you. Once you engage with the pinnacle of fiction, the mind may finally expand into the waking world, almost as if experiencing a new color. Pinnacle, you've drawn all over it. How do you expect me to read this? Think of it as a visual footnote towards understanding character motivations. Every illustrated panel contains sensory cortexes hidden beneath the representations of the characters, where an activity is conditioned by past experience and incorporated into the synaptic connections between nerve cells and those cells by neurotransmitters. I don't know what the fuck she's saying, but I love her. No, wait, no. Almost over the same. She's so silly. In order to absorb narrative completely, you must deeply analyze the individual motivations correlating to the central nervous system. And corollary discharge coming from the muscles and joints as the individual participants with their outward-looking senses. I understand what she's saying, but she's using such big words. Only you would think of her defacement as an analysis. But otherwise, you may as well be staring into space with your finger in your nose. Plus, to share the author's uninterrupted pathos is an act of sacrilege, which completely removes itself from the context. The number of people that engage with the work directly correlates with how many exist that cannot comprehend the correct way to interpret it. Which is my way, of course. Alright. Water break. Drink your water. Drink your water. You're drinking water. You're not drinking water. Get some water. Get something to drink. So, then what? I say more, and I fear I may balance my genius and beauty will tip against my favor towards a different character archetype altogether. I'll trust that, but I think you've already said too much. Some time vortex of bandal literature later, I seem to involuntarily look up from the book as black oversized drills waddle past my peripheral. She's carrying what is that? A box twice the size of her torso? Whatever it is, it's not a parcel. I'm cutting you off. Do you make this thumbnail? I haven't. I feel like my past thumbnails have been a little serious. This one's quite cute. I might do this one. It's no wonder your house is a mess. You're a million years too soon to be doing this on your own. Aren't you laying it on or on the trouble? That isn't the expression. That is to the expression. If you snap your back in half, it'll be problematic for both of us. I wasn't going to snap my back. Wrong. You look like a roly-poly, and you were shaking. You were clearly lifting way too much at once. Oh my god, thank you for saying roly-poly, Kolulu. It's not like, I don't know. I always see Pillbug and I'm like, roly-poly. It's roly-poly. I know it's the exact same thing, but I don't know, I grew up claiming it roly-poly when I played in the dirt like a gross little kid, I guess. Roly-poly. I'm squirming, it's because I'm an iron deficient, not because I'm flustered by your advances. I don't care. Don't make it weird. Besides, I'm not even touching you. Alright, I'll be more careful, so sit down and rest. How would you say, leg day keeps the chiropractor away, right? Yeah, just shut up. Like, you don't have to do everything yourself anymore, you know? It's not like I haven't anything better to do. But you only just started KOD. If I read any more of that, and you kept up your dog shit form, then we're both going to want to kill ourselves in no time. Besides, if our roles were reversed, I'd want you to help me too. Adele. Okay then. It's not too much trouble. Could you help me carry a few more into the lab? Yeah, just put this down already. Your giant hair is scratching me. Makes a little satisfying noise and shifts her hand slightly. Ah! Oh my god. So goofy. I love them. This is impossible. How the hell are you supposed to know which drill bits are each size when you're putting them in a jewelry box? It's pretty simple. Just imagine it as a downsampling the point cloud using a voxel-sized grid approach. Then apply the pigeon. Why do I say pigeon? A pigeonhole. A pigeonhole. Pigeon. Sorting algorithm, then you see. This one here, this one there. I'm pretty sure you don't need an algorithm if you just know where to put your shit. But she seems to be enjoying herself a little too much, so to the point where she seems to grow oblivious to the space around her. You said you were in school. Did you learn all this goofy shit there and vandalize your textbooks too? Picked up some basics, yes, but I was contracted by Edenbridge. I was in the midst of filling out med school application. So you were gonna be a doctor. I gotta say, this is pretty far from the work I'd expect one to be doing. She smiles gently, but doesn't look away from the box. Am I finally being admired by Adele? If you want to call it that. I searched for better words. I guess I'm a little impressed, considering how you were stumbling just a little bit ago. If I met you on the street, I never expect someone like you to be so good, dexterous with your hands. My hands, huh? Miriam suddenly becomes, chagrined as she stops starting to play with them. Did she want me to combo? Do you want me to compliment her tits or something? It just seems they never stop moving, like they got a miss of their own. Seeing you work, I can almost start to believe that you've managed alone for so long. Perhaps I have been possessed by a demon, beast of pure genius. That is, it terrifies me. Sound like a Kira. Is that so? Demonic factor or not? I guess it's just a different dynamic when you're not working on me, you know. And yet, it's nice that you're letting me have you all to myself today. Seems like you fit in just being fine as my assistant. Yeah, good thing it's raining. Otherwise, I'd be out finding something better to do by now. She stops working suddenly as she stares at me, wide-eyed. It dawns on me that what I meant to say was when I see her not busy with something, it's really off-putting. But you said you'd want me to help you too. I feel so bad for her. It's so sad. Okay, and maybe I'm eating those words now. Oh. Alright. Well, is there any way I can help, even if I'm not due for any procedures? I insist. I can't really have you sort through the stuff for me since you're still on the 101 of the systems I have in place, as it were, but I suppose I'm not being a proper host, am I? I don't care about that. It just feels wrong to leave you on your own while I'm just sitting here doing nothing at all. Or nothing, that's all. That's so, or are you just interested in my affairs? Feel another one, but what are you expecting when you speak to me like that? You're alright, Miriam. Alright enough to allow me to resign into watching her work in comfortable silence. If you say I'm unorthodox, what should a doctor be doing? Would you say... You said you're a doctor. Prevent disease, cure it if it occurs. Minimize social distress. You said you're a doctor. Focus on fighting disease. I guess offering relief. That's the general idea, right? To an onlooker, yes, but they should be reliable, as machines become crutches for our minds. In many cases, our biology. When the latter alone interacts with the environment to drive evolutionary change, the change that prevents disease. In machine engineering, the idea of success is the flawless cycle between design to operation. Errors are avoided, bugs are fixes, etc. But human biology is a mess of unpredictable mutations, with near infinite variability across individuals and the species. Neurons alone are generally unpredictable elements. This is why modern medicine largely focuses only on palliation. That's a common belief anyway. Palliation. That is, apart from cure, suppressing advancement or minimizing symptoms, delaying death, or reversing it. She laughs a little. By no means am I more credible than licensed doctors. I'm in somewhat of a paradoxical position, to be honest. It's no exaggeration to say your existence itself is an achievement. There has never been an example of the vastness in data as your information matrix relative to the size of its engine. To be honest, I never expected to get this far. I imagine she's trying to sound humble, but that's really in reverse. Oftentimes, I find the comfortable stability of mechanics interferes with my own epistemological stances in the face of the uncertainty in the human condition. But it only seems to highlight the truth. The bridge between machine and bioengineering. In both cases, when searching for mistakes, nothing is more strange than finding nothing of note at all. I'm assuming, then, it'll be hard to translate your research onto something that would be practical for general use. No kidding. Aside from some common trends in prosthesis mechanics and organ transplants, not to mention how inaccessible it would be in reality. Guess I'm kind of a clock block when I was reading. guess I kind of cockblocked you from the medical field. Sorry about that. Fucking this table, this stupid fucking table I always hit my knee on. Stupid ass table. Anyways, she looks at me as though she had an embarrassing secret exposed. Entering the medical field. I don't recall asking for anything like that. I see. I have no problem with recycled palpitation being the natural order of things, nor is it an entirely accurate description. The interim of life and death is what experience, so that's where the efforts gets directed. Legitimately so. If humans are faced with the fact that Thanatos is ultimate, medicine may be a manifestation of the Eros. That guides our consciousness towards both well-being and longevity. You can say that, but from what I know, expenditure of human resources into the medical field isn't going towards those bent on dignified exit. You know who I'm talking about. It is an individual's choice to decide that. Well, I don't recall choosing to be revived. And yet, you wouldn't have chosen to die either, would you? Broken record. Seeing how that statement literally impossible to respond to. If I don't want to repeat the same argument I've had about a million times, I silently watch her twirl around the screwdriver in her palm before resting it into the box. Disregarding your personal biases, the validity of my project depends entirely on whether you can overwrite vessels while still remaining the original Adele. So tell me, as you've said, to you, what does this strong soul look like that defines your existence? Sorry. Is she still on that? I don't know. I never really thought about it. Honestly. No, she knows me better, surely. Well, everyone believes differently. You're asking me, is it because you have a theory of your own? You want to run by me? No, it is a matter of belief, as you say. But all the truths of the physical world are connected. The dissection of the soul is something I want your interpretation on, too, as the theme of my research. I mean, we could always talk about normal girly things, too. How do I put it? We've got all the stuff we know, our emotions and experiences and our intent, but all those things die with you. I don't mean it's like a ghost or nothing. I mean just your soul is distinct from life and death. Soul can exist in all kinds of things. It's inherent in a collection of a lot of different concepts. But unlike physical strength, it can't even really be quantified. But anyone you can clock the difference instantly if asked. That's what I think. Because even the strongest and most virtuous person can be killed in a million different ways. Soul can only be stolen. That's kind of a really basic answer, but that's all I got. But you say that you could tell the difference between the self and soul, as if it were an external entity? I'm not sure I follow. To objectify it, say the body and the mind are one compass, the soul being Polaris. Maybe, but I'd say every soul is unique. Naturally, but you've dissociated the soul from your human agency, but it often follows that there's a path to that soul, the metaphorical North Star. It's familiar with the psyche to have a concept of righteousness, as it is invisible to untouchable, or invisible and untouchable, if it exists. To that end, I don't think it's a useful discussion for most. Having said that, it doesn't look like she's done talking yet. Most researchers feel no need to pronounce something so evanescent as the soul, or anything really is in regards to the origins of sentience. But it's a different story in our field. Arbiters transform their bodies using external power source, and unique bypass in their psychology. The only English word to define it is the result of their soul. Power unmeasurable by physical examination alone. Careful. Our field is two different things. Oh, if you're attempting the dissection of the soul, you may as well be attempting to dissect the G word. And once you bring that to the table, you can never turn it back. The G word? Some almighty guide. You're talking about God, aren't you? Oh, that G word. Well, yes, the existence of the soul is similarly circular discussion to many in philosophy, and yet is omnipresent. Somewhat. It's worth considering. Sure. Well, many look to God when we need a validation or encouragement because we believe one God or another has the power to give us what we need. Consideration of the self as its own God is compelling because that idea of the self is rooted in our every impulse. It could be hopeful, but if we follow that logic, then a soul could be a sinister thing too. Pride, intemperance, or hedonism, generally wanting one's own way. That is following the North Star. When we act, as often our deepest desires following that compass. It is one's meaning or their truth, and yet there are plenty of ways to live that I deem wrong after all. I'm sure even your and my inner values differ greatly. Right, because one of us clearly enjoys talking more than the other. And yet, animalistic desire, we are still human. Perhaps it's the soul that makes the true nature of the human body an incomprehensible mess. But that soul must remain unreachable, or else we wouldn't strive for anything at all. In that sense, soul cannot be defined as the virtues alone, since virtue is dependent variable. But still, we categorize it as something undoubtedly alive. That much I know. So, were you asking me or telling me? Pardon? If you can tell the difference, strong or weak, do you believe you could split it from the self? Even after trailing off into some kind of melancholy silence, Miriam smiles at my follow-up question and proceeds to respond eagerly. Depends on the person. I think I'd let myself get one good try. She takes to her feet, and I follow on instinct, still questioning where this is going. But if that soul is connected to one's body, it is the fluid that has been mixed in and is impossible to extract by normal means, no matter how much it is diluted. So that's why all we can do is rely on our agency, when you say that. Alright, that might have scared me. Maybe just a little. I'm thinking that this gag isn't funny the second time around. Oh my god. A little spook. Alright, we got black, we got... Which way do I turn my head? We got corn, we got canned corn, some energy, some coffee, and a little robot. That did catch me off guard. Their regularly scheduled injection goes off without a hitch, after which she stares at me for a moment too long, as if she's trying to come up with something to say, and can't stand a single moment of pause. That reminds me, there's actually an examination you are due for. Great. Put your shirt back on. That's a psychological test. By the time I lower my arms, she's facing me again, with the box in her hand. You want to play a fucking board game with me? Yeah. Oh gosh. She places her hand to her cheek, failing to suppress her already thinly veiled motives. It's called an active conceptual observation exam, and for the record, it's data I can only acquire now that you're out of comatose. Okay, so she really is just making stuff on the fly. So this whole time you've been shooting the shit. It's actually just been part of your research. No, of course not. I mean, yes, it has. I mean, no, it's for pleasure. No, I mean, it's important. Relax, nerd. Tell me the rules. Objectively speaking, board games are one of the worst ways to waste time. But it'd even be less fun to waste time in the effort of countering Miriam's mental games. Still, I feel like I'm accepting defeat just by having her explain the object of the exam to me. From what I can gather, it's some war strategy game about capturing territories. It's straightforward for the most part. You actually understand, or are you just saying that? I'm just saying that. I'm sure I'll figure it out as we go. Adele, if you're so confident, I won't go easy on you. Certainly not considering you're familiar enough to have already neatly arranged all the pieces on the board, you little sycophant. I must not screenshot. I'll do it when I go back in the gallery later. It's so cute. You're really into this. Whatever happened to finalizing dimensions today? Wait, yeah, no, I'm gonna look around. Fuck, my arm hurts from moving the mouse all day. Alright, get a little hand stretching so I don't fucking cramp. Alright, what do we got here? It's got a lot. Alright, almost done stretching. A nice little fucking... I hear it cracking every time I move it. I kinda want to put it up to the mic, but that might sound weird. Alright. We're ready. You're really into this. Whatever happened to finalizing dimensions today? I happen to know that something else might come up in the meantime. Besides, we managed to escape a certain serial distractor. Figures. I had forgotten something. Where's Celia anyway? She'd normally be over here by now. By now is an assumption based on data, with the sample size of 3 days. I mean, still, she told me that she'd come over. Are you stalling because you're afraid to lose? Right. Sorry. Could be someone, or could someone be a little jealous? I looked down at the stupid game board. Miriam arranged her pieces in a way that looks to be a frontal assault. Let's see. If this really is some kind of psychology test where my moves are representative of something larger or whatever, it probably wouldn't hurt to put some thought into this. So, in a situation where Miriam's starting out strongly, I should create diversion. Brace myself. I want to do both of these, but I'll save it right here. I'm gonna brace myself. Can't hurt anyway. If you are so keen on my labor towards hardware optimization, there's a questionnaire I had written out for you about a future operation that will require epidural anesthesia. What did I? God, what am I doing? And it's anesthesia. You're all over the place. How's the questionnaire supposed to help if I can't even feel nothing? It's important that we communicate your feelings on certain topics, especially when you'll be subject to frequent and intravenous procedures in the distant future. After all, we're all in this together. At the very least, I would like to be transparent with you. Pudding. Man, you really are bent on giving me a lifetime memories, huh? Just so silly. Well, yes, that's my job. That system I was working on, or I was working out the kinks earlier. I was getting the kinks out on earlier. Will require it during installation. It is crucial to the elimination of sepsis risks in the automatic filtration and its integration into the neuroendocrine system. Okay. I guess it's really strictly business then. I'm hesitant, of course. It's my intention that you never have to return to the tank, but I think of it like a routine Arbiter extractions. Once I finish slicing the metabolic pathways, adhering to the updated hardware, there may be a few additional instances of getting or putting you under for the sake of intense recalibration. This is going to be out late. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm so sorry. But I should have done this first earlier. I'm sorry for the late upload today. Sorry, apologies. Extractions. So when's the last time I've heard of that? Alright, so basically, you'll waste my time by You'll waste my time by shoving me in a room for hours, and then call my symptoms psychogenic when something goes wrong. I can handle it. Please refrain from applying your misanthropic biases to every stage of the procedures. I'm handling the initiative procedure in the back end, and I assure you, it'll be stable. See, that's exactly what I mean. They just look at you with those unseen eyes, knock you out. I don't even give a damn. It's redundant to them. And when you wake up, they just open the door for you before you even know what's that or what's what. Motherfuckers never even gave me those little bags with the boo-boo junk in it. It's a wonderful why. It's a wonderful why you had. It's a wonder. No, I kept reading wonderful, and I kept looking back at it, and then I was like, huh. I was like, no. It's a wonder that, or why you had to bear such dismissive protocols from so-called professionals. Yet I can't help but be reminded that you have a rich history of verbally abusing your previous physicians as well. And white coat hypertension leads to adjudication or injudicious house-seeking behaviors. Lay off Hippocrates and the chicken came before the egg here. As if you'd get it anyway. I'd wager you get excited being roughed up by machines and needles. Probably even more so if the justification is dubious. It would make you feel better. I can make you a little bag, but I don't recall the Hippocratic oath having such an unusual contradiction with the AMA ethics opinion. Shut up. Those are both jokes. Plus, I'm interested. What else has Celia told you about me? These were all detailed in your records. Besides, the fact that you were so diligent in enlisting said symptoms became convenient in the process of collecting these documents. Then you got no reason to pin me as some clinical scourge. Look, I already said I'll do what I can to work together with you, but it's hard on that front when everyone we could communicate with wasn't authorized to disclose what really went on during the process. My voice is getting a little jank, but plus, after I started getting deployed to hunt aberrations, I didn't have to do extractions anymore, so I guess I'll never know. Wing. Isn't that right, Junior Union Bridge Citadel Hire? You can take your turn today, if you'd like. Your fault for picking a game that's so boring we can't chat over. Meanwhile, in the game world, it seems like Miriam has adjusted her strategy and became more reserved. I imagine this is a tactic to hold back, to build up her defenses. Is she expecting me to do my own thing here, or is this where I should attack before she can get ahead of herself? Follow my instinct. Instigate. We're gonna follow it. Let's instigate. Now you're making assumptions about my know-how. For the record, that was in my department. But if you must know, my extractions were crucial for routine diagnostics of Arbiter's health and for the analysis of their unique abilities. Just think of it as an MRI, but for superpowers, or perhaps an oil change. Those are two vastly different things. Really? Yes, I suppose that eliminates some romanticism around surrounding Arbiters, no? Maybe. Again, I never had to do it, so that's right. In fact, the last time I was summoned for that so-called extraction, I couldn't actually follow through with the appointment. It was for a good reason, though. My friend went missing. When I found her, She started all this crazy talk about demons and justice and escaping Aberrations. Shit, I didn't even know what the hell she was on about, or believe her. I honestly thought she was just wanting my attention. But the scent seemed to console her. To be honest, I didn't know where we were headed, but at that time, it didn't seem like a big deal, so we stole onto a cargo truck and ran away. We were just kids, you know? So we get to wherever and screw around there for a few hours. Figured I would convince her to go back to Eden after she had enough fun to get. Sorry, I'm crossing my legs again. It's been too long since I've been crossed. I think I've had my legs down for a while, but she had enough fun to get her mind off of stuff. No one really paid attention to me back then, so I doubted anyone would notice if we were gone, or I could come up with an excuse. But it was short-lived because when it got dark, that's when I knew that she must have been a prophet or something. Because just as she foretold, she transformed right in front of me, and then stuff started catching on fire. That was the first time I saw an aberration. And then, oh no. And then, hold on. Who are you? And then. What the fuck am I on about? Who even asked to hear my origin story? I've been getting into the habit of running my mouth way too much since being this woman. Fuck. Why would you do this to us? Go on. I'm waiting. And then I defeated it. Like this. Sha or cha. Saying that, and I storm all my pieces onto one of Miriam's countries. The end. Katrina Litchfield was killed in action that day. The record of your account says that it was your call. Is that correct? Now, please answer. Yourself and Litchfield both awakened your Arbiter potential in that moment, and you chose to save the city and its people as she took on the aberration. I let Katrina die that day, and I didn't do it casually. If it wasn't for her sacrifice, countless people would have been killed instead. For the record, dealing with a bargain like that breaks people, you know. So, I don't want to hear it. And you remember that it was at the town of Ceres that was under attack those 8 years ago. Bitch, would it kill you to be subtle for once? Or, I don't know, shut the fuck up. I apologize. I never meant to force you to bring up bad memories. I wasn't judging your decision either. I just wanted to legitimize concordance with our information of the events. Or psychosocially speaking. You seriously can't go 5 minutes without pissing me off. Of course I remember them. Why else would I leave those parts out other than not wanting to talk about them? In case you know, there was a non-zero chance that some neurotechnical damage was sustained, such as dissociative fugu. Oh hell no! You're not trying to ease the blow with that fucked or blow that you fucked with my memories this late into this shit, right? That's not what I was getting at. While trauma can result in memory inconsistencies, outright intentional alteration is not conceivable nor practical in the current realm of neuroscience. Even if it were, that part of the brain was not what I operated on. Just now, I felt something click in my brain that curbs my rage instantly, as if it was satisfied. What was it? Katrina. Whatever. I didn't sign up for another lecture. Yes, of course. I'm sorry about your friend. Take your turn. Wordlessly, Mary Max. It's clear at this point Miriam was trying to wear down her opposition by attrition. How pathetic. The only effective... whoops. God damn it. The only effective counterpunch would be to force her into direct confrontation. It's not like I can somehow spawn a domestic potential opposition to her military, so I can only... I like how I save every... fuck. Every time I'm given an option. Right here. I can only round up my numbers. Do something random. We're gonna do something random. This is gonna confuse her, okay? So, you even know about that stunt. You must know a lot about me after all. Have we met before? Am I just blanking on something? I thought it might be more reassuring to know that the person putting you back together was familiar with you. Ouch. Another answer to my question. But still, I have never even told Celia that specific details about that day. And for what reason would Celia need to know about the details of you acting in open rebellion for her organization? Well, to clarify, the result of that day was combustion, metaphorically, as many Arbiter-related research and developments happening at once marked a turning point as the end of the Cold War with Aberrations and the beginning of your extraterrestrial military ops. I can firsthand say that an organization with access to the top-of-the-line technology, the management was never up to code. Whoops. I'm sure that girl was under a lot of pressure at that time. Something like that. It was a given formal name, however. The Sinozera incident. I think. Sinozera incident. Oh. Now all this as quality assurance, I recognize how invasive it would seem. But I was tasked with your loyal revival, including the restoration of your brain. I had to do meticulous overlay so not synapse inaccurate after all the stakes were high. But I'll never say I know more than you know yourself. Even if I had endlessly researched your history and your body, the initial hurdle of actually being introduced to you had yet to be cleared. Admittedly, it's something I overlooked until 3 days ago. Observation will never beat out communication. Well, sure, there's no way I can expect her to be non-invasive for my own good. Or not, and sounds like I'm more like your bargain. Sounds like I'm more than you bargained for when you were just an armchair apologist. She doesn't seem to catch on. I suppose my worries were on the other way around. Let me check if this. Sorry. The worry of fucking OBS is not recording. It's always gets the. I suppose my worries were the other way around. Worries? Yes. Worries about what? Why did you find me cold? Cold? Really? An insecurity like that comes from a place I have no business sticking my fingers into. Perhaps she's been overcompensating for that fear this whole time. You thought I'd think that you were a fucking nerd. Something like that. Then you made a downright horrible first impression. And to that, her lips finally curl, which brings me to a touch of satisfaction. The melancholy atmosphere of a rainy day continues to cast her face as we continue our game. Well, you have me beat. Congratulations. I'm sure you feel great beating a first-timer. I'm very proud of myself. Yeah, you would. Yeah. Did you get that super important data you were looking for? I did. I found a somewhat curious piece of information. Let's hear it. You're terrible. You're a nightmare. Oh, the rules state that only the victor can make judgments. What? It was a two-player game, so I don't get to bust your chops too. But don't I get to bust your chops? Absolutely not. Cheater. How can I cheat after the game's over? Okay, this is... Alright. Like, okay. We're gonna end it here. I'm not gonna end it. That sounds pretty bad. We're going to stop the video here because we've been recording for quite a while, but if I want to get this out tonight, I'm gonna post it now. I hope whenever you're watching this, it's not too late. So that is my bad. I'm sorry. If you'd like to see that other video, just let me know. I'm gonna post it anyways, but if you want to see it like early tomorrow, I will post it. early when I wake up because that's got a long video. It's got me just normally talking, I guess, just casual. Talk about some stupid stuff. At the very end, I kind of like a I was delirious with the camera, but it was pretty funny. So, um, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you'll enjoy tomorrow's. And I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a good day, super duper day, and then super duper night. I always hate ending the videos just because I'm like, I just want to keep talking. No one's talking back to me, but I want to talk back to you, whoever's watching this. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna beg for give me likes, so please like the video. I don't know if I already said that. It'd be very pretty nice. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a super duper day and a super duper night. Bye, 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 everyone. Bye, ciao, and good night. I am going to bed probably. That's a that's a big probably actually. Good night.